I can't tell. Oh, there we go. It says live. That means we're live.
Hey everybody, welcome to another Game Hump this week. It's Wednesday night. That means the gamehuggers are here to give you your midweek addiction. And this week is a very special, almost sexual episode of the Game Hump. As our very special guest this week, we have not only Saru Maru is here. Hi Saru, how are you doing?
Good.
But we also have Arkan from Aetherbyte.
Hi.
Hi, how are you doing?
I'm good.
Well, welcome to the show. I'm so glad that you wanted to be a part of it this week. Usually our schedules never match up, and I've tried to have you on a few times, and you've always been busy. So
Yeah,
I'm really glad.
I should be okay now, but one time you asked, I was in Japan, and I'm like, what the am I allowed to swear?
You can swear. Yeah, that's
Okay.
fine.
Oh, you have opened the floodgates.
I was like, what the fuck? I'm in Japan. I can't even do a fucking webcam thing. I have like this doofy pocket Wi-Fi, and it's gonna like tar it out in the middle of it. So it's like, yeah, I'm good now, though.
Cool.
Usually, though, the problem is I have pinball, but I didn't go to it today.
Oh, man. I'm sorry.
Oh, that's fine. I'm in a pinball league, and I found out I can skip today because of the 4th, we can go tomorrow, too.
That's cool. Where is Patrick in this? Like, you guys can be talking about pinball right now.
Yeah.
Where's Al Anonymous is not here. He's the pinball guru.
Owl Anonymous, I am not sure.
Doesn't Josh play pinball, too? I thought you did that shit.
Well, sure, I love pinball. I'm just terrible at it.
Oh, so much. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. I piss people off, too, because I, like, don't know how to play half the games. They're all, like, really into it. And I'll just, like, stare at the flippers and play, and I'll get, like, multi-ball and do all this shit. And be like, dude, that was awesome. And I'm like, what? What did I do? You got the thing and the mode, and you hit the thing. I'm like, oh, I wasn't even looking. I don't know what the hell I'm doing. Your turn. And then they get mad, because I don't even, I don't try. I just hit the ball. It's mostly for personal amusement.
Yeah, I don't know. I've never played competitively or anything like that. I just play it for fun, and it's always fun. I mean, pinball machines are amazing.
They get all into it, they're like, oh, the new BIOS code came out for the machine. You should play it now. I'm like, it plays the same. I still don't know what the hell's going on. Like, oh no, there's a new mode that I can't activate. Sweet.
Yeah, I have a buddy who's got like 5 machines in his living room. He's wound up like replacing his entertainment center and like all of his couches and stuff with pinball machines. He's like addicted now.
Where does he sit? Does he just like lay on the floor?
I think he just stands and plays the pinball machines and then goes to his bedroom to sit.
That's helpful.
Yeah, so that's pretty slick.
Yeah.
But this week was a special week because we're going to talk about Aetherbyte and everything that Aetherbyte is up to and what they've done so far.
Mm-hmm.
So, Saru, did you want to do a pickups portion of this episode?
I didn't really pick up any games. I did pick up one almost game-related thing, and that was the Cosmic Fantasy Laserdisc.
Dude, that's freaking awesome.
Which is pretty cool. Kind of short, but pretty awesome. That was the only thing I got.
That's awesome. I think I saw like a subtitled version of that on YouTube.
Yeah, it was a Super Deadites
That's right, yep.
version. He uploaded it, but let's just say that the subtitles are a little loose.
Oh, yeah?
It starts to talk about tampon transporting spaceships and things of the such.
That's awesome. Yeah, I did not get anything new that is cool other than like a couple PS3 games because GameStop is doing a buy 2 get 1 free used sale. So I got Kingdom Hearts I.5, which is pretty terrible. I mean, I don't know. Kingdom Hearts is all right, and the game's fine, but it's just a barely an HD update with a bunch of cutscenes from other Kingdom Hearts games, and then
I.5.
I call it I.5. It's like 1.5, but it's got the,
half an eye.
Yeah, it's pretty silly.
I bought this shit. You guys play that? Oh,
Oh, is that Wii U game?
Yeah. Dude,
Fire Emblem.
Look how fucked up the box is. Some like retard sat on it at the post office or something. I had to get a second one because I'm like, why is it smashed?
That looks cool.
Tokyo Sessions hashtag FE or whatever.
Yeah, I got this like 2 months ago. Does this count as a pickup?
What is that?
Nice.
Project Diva X.
Oh, cool. I just picked up the new one digitally.
Yeah, I got that one too. The future tone or whatever the hell.
Yeah, Future Town's dope. It's like
Yeah. Then there's
1080 goodness.
did you get this one? The Goonie DS one?
Meat Eye.
And derpy
Yeah, I
mode.
got
Fucking Miku. Or duh.
that one's cool too.
Yeah.
Like cutesy Miku stuff.
Well, yeah, and you get all the Goonie little, what you call it, the card thingamajigs.
You should check out, if you like those rhythm games, check out a game called IA VT Colorful. It's really good for the Vita.
Who the fuck's playing Atlantean right now? I can't hear the music.
Oh, that's our. I'm so glad that he was able to finally join us. It is actually here to say hi to Arkin is Roy Vegas. How you doing, Roy?
Right.
Hey there, I can't wait to sell this!
No!
I'm kidding.
Alright.
It's actually Dragon Master.
Oh, yeah, I know. Now, I know what Roy looks like, because Roy looks like a fucking troglodyte, so I know it's not him. Yeah, fuck that guy.
Hi, Dan. Welcome to the show. I'm so glad you can make it.
I know, initially I wasn't very excited because when you were talking about the show this week, you're like, we're just going to have on some homebrew developer, but also Arcan, so that's great.
Hey, you know what? You can't see this on the Podomatic, right? So this is okay?
This is okay.
We're just teasing you, dude. We're just teasing you, dude.
Yeah.
Dan.
Okay, so Aetherbyte Productions. Is it just Aetherbyte or Aetherbyte?
Well, technically it's Aetherbyte Studios, but that's a lot of syllables, so we just go with Aetherbyte.
Aetherbyte, okay. So, can you kind of elaborate a little bit on how it all started and talk about what's going on in Aetherbyte in 2016?
Yeah, hold on though, I have to go murder a parrot. Can you guys hear this thing? Hold on a sec.
Hold on, no problem.
I had a parrot years ago, and I can still hear it. It never gets out of my ears.
I have children, and they're all finally in bed.
You just compare your children to chirping birds?
Yes, pretty much.
It hears me. It can hear me talking, so it's like I want to talk too. It's like flailing around. So you asked how it got started?
Yeah.
Well, in college I had this class where like you have to do something, and I'm like, what the hell does that mean? I'll just do anything as like a project, and I'm like, you know what, screw it, I'm gonna make a game. And originally, years ago, I was big into Commodore 64 stuff, and I was originally gonna make Berserk for the Commodore 64 because that game didn't exist on a Commodore 64 for some stupid reason. And long story short, you know, a lot of the Commodore 64 dudes, they're like 40 and they're like man children, and I was like 17, so they were dicks because I was like the little hyper kid that they didn't want to deal with. So I'm like, you know, fuck these people.
No.
Yeah, I like the turbo graphics too, but you know the problem is, you know, the Commodore's technically easier to program for because it was a computer, so it came with like programming manuals. The turbo is all closed. The only shit we have is whatever they hacked together in like '96. So it's like it was harder to get into, but I started it anyways. And I remember sitting there with a laptop. I had like Linux on it at the time, and I'm like fucking around with it. And I got like a guy moving around, and I happened to be at my friend's house, and his uncle is like an old retired programmer. And it turns out I didn't know he collected for the turbo. He's like, what are you doing? And I'm like, making a turbo graphics game. And he goes, oh, cool, I have every game downstairs. And I'm like, are you fucking kidding me? And he has like you guys know Old Man, the guy that makes the cards and stuff with us.
Yep.
He's got like every US fucking game in a cabinet downstairs. So check it out. So we started talking and then programming stuff. And he was showing me like tips and tricks because he grew up, like he started programming before C existed. So he was like showing me a lot of stuff, and we ended up just sitting there. He kind of helped with a lot of it because he's retired, so like when there's something he's interested in, he'll sit and like get really into it because it's fucking fun. So that's how it mostly got started, because it was originally like I was making it as a college project, and we got it all functional, and then someone on PCEFX was like, hey, put that on a CD, we'll buy it. And I'm like, wait, what? You want to buy this like garbage game I made for a project at school? And then, you know, we looked into pressing CDs, and people, there was that big, you probably remember, years ago, people were like, oh, pressing CDs is impossible, it doesn't work. And
That all
we're
came
like,
from BT Garner, by the way. It was BT who had troubles
yeah,
with, was it Meteor Blaster or one of his
uh,
early games?
yeah,
He was
Meteor
saying it's
Blaster with
impossible. No one,
CDRs.
yeah, no one can ever make turbo CDs again. It's completely impossible.
Impossible!
yeah, we got it on the first try. And I was like, well, it wasn't that hard. But that was kind of how it got started. It was just because I was supposed to make something for college for a project, and my friend's uncle, by like matter of chance or whatever, was like, yeah, I want to help, because like at my friend's house, like a lot of people would always come and go at their house. It was kind of like a nerd hangout. There was always somebody over there like, yeah, I'm gonna make an MMO or I'm gonna make this or that, and nothing ever got done. And I think his uncle got excited because it was like, oh shit, this fucking weird-looking kid's actually gonna finish something. You know? That's how it started. And then we went further with, we were like, hey, we made Berserk, and then let's make other arcade games and stuff. The idea was to make stuff that hadn't been released on the Turbo ever. Like, there was no Berserk or Pac-Man. That's how Pyramid Plunder happened. The most you had was like Galaga and Space Invaders. That was it. So we were trying to make pre-crash games for the Turbo. Then that's, you know, Atlantean was Defender. That's how that one happened. But in between all that, man, I'm surprised Old Man didn't get fucking killed. You know, he was writing or messing around making cards because he was convinced we could do it. And I'm like, well, go ahead and fuck with it. I'm going to keep making a game. The dude had like a fucking car battery, a fish tank, and all this shit. And he was doing like the the copper plating thing himself in a garage. The first, actually, I have one up here. This is like the original Hue card we made.
Cool.
He did all the electro plating for the traces. I don't know if you can see it well. He did it all himself in the garage with a car battery and shit. He was like dumping copper goop down the driveway. So this is the original thing that started all of our card shit, is this thing right here.
Dude, that's amazing.
What's funny is they were made, they're not thick enough. We were taping them to credit cards to get them to fit in a machine and test them. And that's how. Do any of you have the Protocade? I can't remember who bought those.
No. I've got Atlantean here, but no Protocade.
Oh. Yeah, we only did, I think, 10 Protocades, and all we did. Where's your label at?
My label like fell off. It's in the case. I can like pull it out, but
I've
tried taping it.
You've got one of the original ones with the goofy decal.
Yeah, I was like number 4 or something.
Oh, give me your address. We've got stickers now. I'll send you a sticker.
Right,
cool. Those decals were cool because they look like they're silk screened on, but they fall off if they get humid.
Yeah, actually, let me grab the decal just so people can see it.
Huh? Oh, you're gonna grab it. Okay. But yeah, the Protocade, the whole point of it was all those Protocade cards we sold, we got enough money to basically get a 3D printer and shit. That was the whole point of it.
That's awesome.
Yeah, I gotta get him a label. I didn't know his fell off. I put a post one day, like, hey, if your label fell off, tell me. The labels came from Sparky, the new ones. He got some made for us. But, that's how all that crap happened, basically. And now we're still making Atlantean boards, and I just did another iteration of the board design. We got that. We're going to have a new patch of Atlantean so people can shut the hell up about it being sold out.
So, Arkin, quick question for you. What do you think of those new Hue cards that people are putting those repros on, like the repro group and such?
Personally, I don't like them, only because it's like a step above this thing. It's 2 circuit boards sandwiched together. Yeah, see? I mean, it's cool because you can play stuff, but it's not, our cards are plastic. Like, they're like a real thing. Those repro things are 2 boards sandwiched together. And they're not like trying to trick anybody. They tell you, yeah, this is 2 circuit boards stuck together. I'm not a fan because they're not plasticky like a real one. I mean, really, like, if you're buying that, you might as well get the freaking. Oh wait, hold on. Have you guys ever seen the Game of You flash card? Do you guys know that one?
I
The what?
remember it, but I've never seen one in person.
Wait, hold on. I'll grab it.
So the one Dan just showed us a second ago, those were the precursor to what those other hue cards that they're using now, correct?
Right.
What?
Yeah, that's. Those were from some guy in France who had made a handful of these. You can see there's a PC Engine
Oh yeah,
symbol on the back.
that's that DB Electronics guy, right?
No, it's somebody else. DB Electronics, I think, is in Canada. This
Oh.
is someone in France who was
Yeah.
specifically doing them for PC Engine. But if you change something up, they would work with the turbo pinout as well. So you got really neat combinations like a Coriune that doesn't require a converter for people
Yeah.
who don't have.
See,
We're using we don't have a modded system.
this is the Game of You flash card. You know, it's got a USB. It's real simple to flash the thing, and he made it so it's the right thickness, and I don't know if you can tell, but it's rounded so it doesn't jack up the machine when you stick it in. So it's like these things are like $30. You just buy this thing, put whatever on it, and go. So the repros, they're neat for people that want to put shit on their shelf and stare at it, but it's still just basically a circuit board with a flash ROM on it. And that's what this is a circuit board with a flash ROM on it.
Yeah, I've seen the Toto text as well, and they're about the same level of simplicity.
This is just a more functional one because those Toto texts are fucking retarded to try and get to work. This works on Windows 10. You can use a little goofy flasher and it'll not piss you off. That Toto text, when you got like cross your fingers anytime you use it, it's horrible. I got rid of that a while ago. And there was that Neo Flash one that would suck too.
Yep.
But the boards are cool, but I like the ones we're doing because there's plastic on them. It's closer to the real thing. It's still kind of goofy looking because it's blue. And the 3D printing, it's got that funny, like, gritty texture to it because it's 3D printed, like those lines it gets.
Right.
Like I'm sure, like Dan's probably got. If you touch the back of it, it's kind of got that funny texture to it, sort of. We try to smooth them out, but there's only so much you can do with acetone and a Q-tip, and sitting there going like this all day trying to smooth it out.
Oh man.
Yeah, but
How long does it take to make one of those? Out of curiosity.
Just to print the plastic takes forever. Like, I think one jewel case was taking like about 4 hours.
Holy crap.
You can only do one at a time because the plate that the printer is on you can't put more than one. So you can only put one at a time, and you finish it and have to start the next one. That's why it takes so long to get a batch of them ready to go. But the cards, the card itself is way quicker because it's just a flat sheet of plastic, and then you put the board in. It's two pieces. You put the board in, and then you put the cap piece over the ROM, and then you put the label on. But most of the time comes from the jewel case. That's the other thing about the repros I don't like. It's just a nitpick, but they're in those little like DVD-looking cases. They don't look like
they're actually gift card cases.
Is that what goes on?
Yeah, they're gift card cases that just happen to be the right size.
Yep.
For them.
I mean, that's good use of them. It just it doesn't with the Atlantean ones. We were trying to match the real thing. And
I would prefer them to be in like an actual case, similar to the hue card cases.
And I specifically picked the blues for a few reasons, like one because it's blue because it's underwater. It's a freaking fish game. But do you guys remember all those stupid Nintendo cartridges like Amagon and all those other ones where that really dumb powder blue, all the knockoff cartridges? That was the other reason I picked them. I'm like, we can make a dumb knockoff blue just like those stupid cartridges, and that's.
You're like, I'm aiming for Color Dreams.
Yeah, but it worked because the game was underwater themed, so it really kind of like the manual, like the artwork on the manual matches the case really well, so they look cool even though they're not white. But the new batch we made, they're white. We're doing white ones now. We switched.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Mostly because they ran out of blue plastic.
Oh, gotcha. Well, I mean, if it's the PC Engine color scheme,
right.
So that's cool.
That's the other shit part about 3D printing, man. Sometimes you buy a plastic. We have like one specific brand we found works really well called Zen. But one of the other color blues I bought, it was awful. It like just goes like, and just it doesn't work. It like doesn't melt right. It gets all like threaded and goofy. So it sucks if you buy a whole spool of plastic and it doesn't work.
That you can't use. It sucks.
You walk away from the printer and come back and it printed half of a tray for a case, and then the rest of it's just mangled. And you're like, sweet, thanks, that's ruined. And you have to start over. But it sucks. Yeah.
So, other than like TurboGrafx games, what are some other projects that Aetherbyte are working on?
The MSX game I'm making. I don't have any way to demo it for you though. It's wait, yeah, I do. I can start the emulator, aim the webcam at my screen. Hold on a sec.
I saw it. It looked cool. It was very Rust-on.
Yeah.
We kind of did that on purpose, like to make it look. Like,
Give it that feel.
Yeah, we're gonna demo this at CCAG at the end of the month. It'll be the first public unveiling. Technically, it was released for a contest a bunch of years ago. Like in the middle of making Atlantean, I paused Atlantean for like an entire fall. I made a demo of this for a competition, and it won. But I wasn't doing it to win. I was just doing it to help support my friend's contest. But after the contest, I went back to finishing Atlantean and haven't touched this in a while. But I put like a year and a half worth of work into it, maybe. A lot of it's been figuring out the MSX, though. But, you guys see this? Yeah, look at that.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, shit, it's backwards.
Inferno.
Is it backwards for you guys, or is that just me?
That's just you.
Okay,
Yeah,
cool.
It looks right to us. It looks like an old pinball machine, like art.
Yeah.
Kind of does. Looks like a pinball marquee.
That's going to be so hard to play with one hand. I can't, okay, I got to jump. There we go. You guys see this?
Yeah, it looks great.
Is this an MSX 2 Plus, or which MSX model is it for?
Technically, just MSX 2, but you need an FM cartridge, so an MSX 2 Plus will run it better because it's got the FM built into it. But
Very cool.
yeah, it's a flip screen adventure game basically.
Yeah.
The whole goal is to just get out, but that's pretty much it. You can't hear the music though because I have headphones on.
Sure. That's pretty slick.
I'll try to get video footage of it at CCAG so people can see. Someone doesn't see stuff. I'm planning on having it done soon, like by the end of summer. I plan to have it finished. We're gonna put it on cartridges. That's the next thing.
Cool.
MSX cartridges are next.
Is there a 3D printing version of those MSX cartridges that are coming out?
We'll probably make one. Like it's easier because like here's an MSX cartridge. Oh look, and here's the other thing. So fucking cool. Official cartridges were blue. Some of them. I mean, you get a whole. Some games were white. And there's black. But they're easier to print because it's like a Master System cartridge. It's just two pieces.
Oh, sure, yeah.
It's just a shell and you put the board in. The Hue card, you gotta get everything right.
Yeah.
Giant pain in the ass. Yeah, I'm hoping it's easier. The boards don't have to be all thin. You know, they can be thicker because you got all the space in the cartridge shell to fill in. It's not a big deal. So hopefully it's easier. Famous last words.
So why the MSX? How's the community for the MSX? Like, is there people that'll accept this game?
Yeah, there's a lot of people. Well, the only thing that sucks is like the MSX is just like any other retro computer group, in that the current community is like in their mid-30s now, and they're all idiots. Like they argue over the dumbest shit from like 10 years ago. They're still arguing about. And it's like sometimes all that stupid drama kind of clouds anything new happening. But
sure.
Fortunately, I didn't grow up with the MSX. I just got into it because I felt like it. So I didn't participate in any of that shit. So I'm just here going, hey, I'm gonna make a game. Try to stop crying about shit and buy the game. But there's a huge Japanese MSX community. They don't associate with the English speakers for. They don't speak English, so kind of hard. But so there's plenty of people too that don't go on the forums. There's always people lurking on Twitter or elsewhere that are like, yeah, we want to buy your game because it looks cool. So it's motivational. But,
With the MSX, I'm suspecting the majority of the English-speaking people who are into it are probably in Europe or
Yep.
South America.
Yeah, mostly Europe. There's lots of like people in the Netherlands and what the hell is that place? Portugal, and then there's like the Brazilians down in like South America. That's the big communities. Yeah, I'm like the only American as far as I know. I think there's one other dude that will sometimes post on forums, but he's not doing like any development. He just goes on the forum because he feels like it. So yeah, it's just me. Random American dude showing up out of nowhere. But the MSX, the development scene's a lot more active than the PC Engine, which is nice. Like there's always contests every year where people make, they're usually littler games, but they get finished and they get put out there. I have a couple. Like hold on. Oh, this is cool actually. Let me pull this out. Should have thought of this sooner. I'm retarded. Here's a homebrew game someone made. It's like I'm bad at cameras. It's like Maze of Gallius, and it's just some homebrew thing some dude made. I think he's Spanish. I'm not sure, but this is the cool one. Hold on. Someone made a Goonies game.
Ah, cool.
Nice.
Like not like it's not the Konami one. It's like a newer like. It's probably the best Goonies video game I've ever played, and it was made by fans.
I actually really like the Konami one too. So
I do too. It's a good game.
This plays like if Goonies 2 on Nintendo wasn't a piece of shit. Like that's the best way to describe it. It plays a lot like the second Goonies game on Nintendo. There's a map, and it's a little more adventure-y because the original Konami Goonies game on MSX is kind of more like an arcade game. Like you just proceed through each level, but this one's like you gotta like pay attention and you can switch characters and stuff.
yeah, actually, in thinking about it, I've not played the Konami MSX version, but I played the one that was in the arcade and then on Famicom because it was a Nintendo versus.
Yeah.
So I'm guessing it's probably pretty similar.
Yeah, it's just like it's MSX1 graphics, so it's like really, really tiny, doofy, like 2-color sprites and stuff. But it's
No
real,
scrolling.
yeah, it doesn't scroll. It's all flip screen, but it's a really fun game. I actually have it. It's in the bin MSX stuff up there. It's fun. The MSX is fun to develop for too, mostly because it's a computer. So like I said about the Commodore, it's an open platform. You can find documentation on how to do shit. It's like, oh, how do I talk to the video chip? Here's the instruction book. Anyone had access to it. It's not like I have to do any hacking to figure it out. So it's
or rely on an incomplete compiler to do everything for you.
Right. I don't have to rely on that crap. So it's a lot better. Like, things go smoother on the MSX because the development tools are a lot more competent.
So how does like the community in the MSX, vary, or how is it different from the TurboGrafx community?
They argue more. It's always over dumb personal problems and stupid stuff, to be honest, or like some of it's language barrier because it's funny that it's an English-speaking forum, but it's run by people that are Dutch, so
Crazy.
Their native language is Dutch, and they speak English, but they don't speak it as good as they think, and it's not like an insult to them. It's like it reminds me of a friend I had. His name was George. He was from like Bosnia, and he spoke perfect English, completely fluent, could talk to us all the time, but he would always miss like little nuances to English, like little like tones or deliveries of a sentence, and would misunderstand people all the time. And like he would take offense to things, not realizing it's a joke, and stuff like that. They do a lot of that where they miss the finer points of English, and then they start arguing when there was never supposed to be an argument. They just like take things the wrong way. So it's a little frustrating, but
right.
They all generally mean well, and they're all like trying to get the what do you call it? They're trying to keep the MSX going. So that's why every year they do stuff. Like they do demos and games and competitions and stuff. So they're all serious about the computer. It just sucks that sometimes there's like a communication breakdown that leads to stupid drama for no reason. but it's pretty fun either way.
So with an
most communities.
yeah, that's true. So with like okay, so an MSX game is your next project, and that's your goal is to get an MSX game out.
Yeah.
What is the future hold? Is there a TurboGrafx game in the works?
Yeah, I mean we have more. We always have. Me and Paul, I think we might be like mental. We come up with like the dumbest ideas. Like if I showed some of the ideas we've shot back and forth about games, it's like wow, we are complete morons. But it's like some of them you could totally see being games that came out back then because back then there were so many stupid games that would come out and people would buy them. You know, like
Energy.
well, yeah, but no, like
Energy's old though.
Energy's got a good soundtrack too.
yeah,
That's true.
Energy plays better on PC 98, the original version. The PC Engine one, they like fucked that one up real good when they ported it.
Oh yeah.
So goofy. But you know, like you guys ever played like any of the European like flip screen platformers like Monty on the Run and stuff?
Oh yeah.
You know, those games are dumb.
Impossible.
Yeah, if you stop and think about it, those games are stupid as hell. Like the shit they do in the levels and some of the stuff you're doing, it's like, what am I doing right now? And it's like, games don't do that anymore. They don't do any off the wall wacky bullshit. It's just like, oh, here's a platformer. It's attempting to be realistic. It's like, no, give me the one where there's a table and chair running at me and shit. I don't care. So we come up with stupid ideas like that, but you know, I'm sure we'll do more TurboGrafx stuff because we have all the crap. We wrote so many tools, and you know, Atlantean's like a pretty useful engine. You know, there's Insanity. I could, not to be sounding like a dick, but I could reskin the damn game and make a second Insanity with better graphics and more to it, and people would buy it. I think, you know, because Insanity had a bunch of problems. It was slow. Like, I kind of messed up the level progression a little. It starts off slow and then just starts beating your ass immediately. There's no, like, middle ground. But I talked about adding more levels and power-ups and stuff to the game, and then getting graphics and stuff that didn't look like shit, because I drew the original art. So, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff we could do.
When you did Insanity X, there were a few improvements I noticed, particularly with the title screens. It seemed to run a little bit smoother than the Turbo Speed version did.
Yeah, when that's funny actually. You know, Insanity for PC Engine was a college project, and then like a year or two later, I did Insanity X as a college project also. And I poured it to the 360 in like the span of 3 months, and I did some of it from scratch because you know the 360 doesn't have the problem of it's an 8-bit CPU, so it was easy to just slap shit together, make it work.
Yep.
So there's more enemies on the screen. They move a little quicker. I made the frame rate faster in general because we throttle Insanity's frame rate on the PC Engine, and I think we might have throttled it a little too slow. Like his walk speed sometimes now when I go back and play it, it's like, man, he feels like he's walking through mud. So that sort of sucks. I wish we could do that, but you know, that's stuff we could, if we re-release the game, we could do a new version with not that problem. But
yeah, I know you mentioned before that Insanity X didn't sell well, but I noticed right away there was a lot more polish in it, and it even had really nice like death screens and title screens and stuff.
Well, that's just Paul did the art for all that stuff because the original art for Insanity I drew because it was a college project and I didn't want to take and waste somebody's time doing art. If I wasn't sure it was going to get done, I would have felt like a dick. So I didn't, because I could have asked, what's his face? Why can't I think of his name? The bald guy. The guy that does BT's art. Ian. You guys know Ian? I can't remember his username on the forum.
Yeah, I know who you're talking about.
He did like the Zamadi art and all that stuff. I can't think of his forum username because he hasn't posted in like fucking 4 years. But I didn't want to waste his time or anyone else that could do art's time, so I fudged a bunch of sprites together myself, and they look like shit. Like they all like the robots have two frames of animation. I think that's it. Like they open feet close, so you can just do this across the screen. But yeah, now you know since the game's actually got finished, and it was like, hey, I know how to do shit. That's how Paul was like, hey, let me draw your art so it doesn't look terrible. So he did all the art for the 360 one, and it sucks because it didn't sell well because XNA and that whole developer the homebrew thing for the 360 sucked in general. They claimed they would advertise your game for you, but they didn't. And it costs like $150 just to put your game on the thing.
Oh man.
Yeah, so you gotta pay all the stupid subscription crap, and then they don't advertise for you. And the only way to get your game up there is if Kotaku or someone goes, "Hey, download this."
Yeah. That's how it
I
is.
actually posted on Kotaku. Do what?
I was gonna say, what I noticed about the games that were on there that sold really well, they either had tits,
Yeah.
ass, or zombies.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah. Or Kotaku mentioned them. That was the trick. I posted my game on Kotaku, and they deleted it and banned me and said my post wasn't relevant. And I was like, thanks guys, like, I don't know how it's not relevant. It's a fucking game on a game site.
Wow.
Yeah, so that sucked. But I sold enough to get paid. You have to sell at least like $150 for them to get your money. So I broke even, basically, by putting it out there. So I didn't lose money, I just broke even.
Well, not too bad if you got to introduce it to a new audience of people.
Yeah,
Right.
you know, what's really funny though is I only got like maybe 210 downloads or something. The game's got like a 4.5-star rating on there. It didn't get rated bad. It just nobody bought it. So I feel okay about that. I mean, it's Berserk. It's not like it's a groundbreaking fucking thing for the Xbox.
Well, the one other thing about your games that I kind of wanted to mention is that you add things to pre-crash games. So, like, you have boss fights in both Atlantean and in Insanity that aren't things you find. I'm not as familiar with the arcade versions of Berserk and Defender, but aren't at least on the versions that I'm familiar with. And we see other homebrew developers might have taken a stab at, say, Defender and went in a much more simplistic direction.
Yeah.
So you're kind of updating these games for a more, as if it were a real 16-bit release, and this is the sequel.
Yeah, I mean, that's like, that was the idea. The whole inspiration came from Galaga 88, basically. You know, that's like the 16-bit version of Galaga. And they added all that shit to it. It's not just Galaga. All the other shit going on. I'm like, we need to do that. So that was what I went off of. It's like, that's why, you know, Insanity has the boss battle. I added music to the friggin' game.
Right.
Which that's my bragging rights. Is we figured out the fucking chiptunes on the turbo and got them into a damn game. Because
That's pretty awesome.
that shit was not happening anytime soon without us. Let me tell you. And that's why like every game since has had chiptunes in it. So it's kind of like at this point it's like me waving my dick around, going, "Look what I can do." And it, you know, it's not to say Mysterious Song has CD stuff. It's not to say it sucks. It's just it'd be cool if they would have been able to do like Dragon Slayer, where you can flip between CD or chiptune and pick the version you want.
Yeah.
Because there's something to be said about like the PC Engine's sound chip is like kind of unique. So to me, the more chiptune shit, the better. That's why I kind of like it.
Now you developed a program to write music, right? Like a tracker.
No. That's the fundamental difference, and I think that's honestly why our games actually get music in them. I write everything in Fruity Loops, and like, see this? Can you see that? Yeah. This is my keyboard. It's a 1980s Yamaha guitar, but it's got MIDI.
That's
So
cool.
I play stuff, and I do everything in Fruity Loops and record the MIDI. I convert the MIDI to MML, and we just wrote an MML compiler that converts MML into the bytecodes that the PC Engine expects to play sounds.
Wow.
So there's no tracker shit. I'm using brand new, like I just, like a week or two ago, I got the new Fruity Loops. I bought the new one. And that's what I use for the MSX stuff too. I make everything in Fruity Loops. I turn it into a MIDI, and then I export the MIDI. And then once you have the MIDI, you can convert that to MML in like 20 minutes, and then have the shit playing on a computer or on the turbo and stuff.
Wow.
So, instead, trackers suck. I don't know why people. They're so unintuitive. It's like columns of shit, and it doesn't look like music. It's just like hex codes and notes, and it's dumb. But Fruity Loops, it's like intuitive music software. It works like a real piano. You got a piano roll, and you can like draw the note lengths, and it looks like sheet music. And it works well because MML is like a text version of sheet music, so you just convert it over. It's super easy, and that's how I cheated with Insanity. Since it's MIDI, I exported the MIDI to make the chiptunes, and then I used the MIDI to make the CD audio too. I just used VSTs and stuff to make all the cool shit. And the lead on Insanity is actually a Commodore 64. At the time, I had a Commodore 64 with a MIDI card. The lead sound is the Commodore 64 SID running through a chorus pedal. That's the lead sounds for Insanity. Like you listen to CD audio. So I had like a MIDI setup on the floor recording the music for the CD shit, and I dumped it.
Wow.
I thought, what the hell is that thing called? Audacity? I dumped it to Audacity and like turned it into waves for the CD. But that was my cheating way of getting two soundtracks with the same damn thing. So,
That's cool. I'm not going to pretend to know what you're talking about, but it sounds very impressive.
It's easier to show. I actually made a tutorial video on how to use Squirrel. That's the thing we use to export. That's what the MML compiler is called, is Squirrel.
Squirrel.
Yep.
It's on our site. You know, I made a demo video like this is how you use it. And like in Fruity Loops, you know, you have like your music file that has every channel with like the notes that play.
Mm-hmm.
You can drop any instrument you want onto the channel and it'll start playing with that instrument. But you can just do file export and puke a MIDI file out. And it'll sound like the doofy, like GeoCities homepage MIDI sounds. But that's note data, so you can just turn it into the chiptune data with a converter, and then next thing you know, you got chiptunes with minimal effort.
Cool. That's good to know.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
So we've heard quite a bit about Insanity. We've heard quite a bit about Atlantean. Not many people have talked about Pyramid Plunder thus far on the show. Any thoughts on your maze game explorations?
I don't like the game because I don't like Pac-Man very much. I mean, it plays like Pac-Man. I get bored with Pac-Man by like the 4th level. Like, I can't do it. It's like I want a game where I can bust through the walls and start shooting everything because I get so bored just eating the pellets. But you know, Pyramid Plunder, people got mad because Pyramid Plunder was on a CD, but it's only got chiptune audio, and that was me being a kind of a dick. Well, it was me showing off that we have the chiptunes. Like,
Yep.
Here's our proof it's chiptunes. So I just left the chiptunes in there. I could have put CD audio. We probably should have, but Pyramid Plunder was a lot of mostly figuring out a couple things, like the backup RAM to make the high score table, because I'm a fucking retard and forgot to put a high score thing in Insanity. That was like the big no-no. I was, you idiot, where's the high scores at? I'm like, oh shit, my bad. So Pyramid Plunder, we got that, scrolling maps, and a lot of other CD loading stuff within Pyramid Plunder. Like, that's how we figured out a lot of CD loading stuff. And the cool thing about Pyramid Plunder, that's what Paul got to show off finally, because when you finish each board, like the series of levels before the tile set changes, there's these big full-screen cutscene pictures that Paul drew of like the little dudes doing stuff. I don't know if anyone's seen those.
Oh yeah.
I have. They're nice.
Yeah, really good.
Yeah. So we tried to like. It reminds me a lot of Buster Brothers. You know, Pang. Like,
Yeah.
every time you level, you get those stupid little clips of them doing shit. But to me, the game turned out good. It's just I personally find it boring. My favorite part is the end. Did you guys see the end credits?
No.
I don't think I've ever gotten that far, no.
The end credits are the best part. There's a really cool chiptune, and the little dude's driving the Jeep, and there's signs with all the, like, our names and shit on them. It's like road signs as he's driving away. Like,
That's cool.
to me,
That's
that was
awesome.
cooler than the actual game. I've played it recently, actually. Like, I cheat. You can all cheat. If you turn the turbo switch to the middle speed, you can run and still pick stuff up.
Yep.
Yeah, so, because regular, if you run with the regular mode, you can't eat anything. It won't let you, because that's the penalty for running. But if you use the turbo button, you can run and eat. And there's no way to stop it, because it's like, what are you going to do, fucking disable turbo? Like, that's stupid.
So
Yeah.
we've talked about Pyramid Plunder, Insanity,
Yeah.
Atlantean. I think there's one particular project that everyone's dying to find out about. I don't want to be the person to ask, but
Where the fuck is Star Sheriffs?
Oh, yeah. That's a great question. I don't know. I'm kind of scared about that, only because, one, I'm excited because we've been fucking with FMV shit, like, figuring out how to do that, like, not gonna lie, I was like, here, like, old man was, like, messing with something, I'm like, here, put this in, like, some porn file, let's get this to play on the turbo. But there's the CD audio, too, like, I don't know if you guys have ever listened to the soundtrack for that show, like, you just play the fucking soundtrack. You don't even need to do anything for the music. Just play the songs from the damn show. They're all awesome. But the dude, I haven't heard from him. He sent me some design docs, but they don't even have the regular version they're making sorted out.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like they keep putting out like work. You can go out there's a Facebook group. They'll show updates, but you know, it's not really coming along in their end yet, like for the original version. So there's not much for us to do yet. And what sucks is the dudes doing the art, like the first guy, I think they got in an argument or something. They got a new art guy, but a lot of that shit's not going to work on the turbo, which really sucks. It's too detailed, and they're not locking anything to tiles. So it's just like, how the hell's that going to work?
So then you have no real references to go by, and whoever's going to do the graphics is going to have to rework those tiles. And if they're not, if it's for the PC Engine, if they're not in 32 by 32 or 64 by 32, it's just not going to work.
Yeah, so Paul's going to get stuck having to fucking diddle with their art probably. And I'm guaranteeing you, their art is likely what's going to kill any chance for us to do parallax, because they're going to do shit that doesn't, it's not parallaxable on the PC Engine without like tons of effort.
Yeah.
Like the one, if you watch the little preview, it's like the saloons out, like the little, like it looks like fucking Dodge City with like outer space behind it. It's like, okay, clearly you would want the houses to scroll with there's the parallax, that the houses in the background move at different speeds, but you only have one background layer on the PC Engine, so you can either fake it with sprites, and that's not going to work because the houses are too wide. That would be all the sprites per line just with the house. So you have to do like the dynamic background tiles, like Shabita Man 3. You know what I'm talking about at the beginning when he's in the chicken rooster thing and it's scrolling. You have to do something like that. But if the tiles aren't drawn specifically and laid out specifically, you can't do it. If they just got all willy-nilly, we're gonna be like, fuck it, here's your flat background that has no parallax because you can't do it. But aside from that, I'm worried the sprites are going to be too wide because the one looks like it's like fucking 80 pixels wide. I'm like, what are we going to do with that? It's too wide. Like, I joked, I'm like, let's just do a ROM hack of Cybercross and just fucking make it look like Star Sheriffs. Like,
that might actually work out better than trying to come up with something completely new that doesn't fit in the parameters.
It's exactly what I said, too, because I was like, the version they're making might work for the DS or the Dreamcast or wherever the hell they're putting it on, but the PC Engine, the people that play PC Engine, that are fans of PC Engine, expect and understand certain things about it, and, a game like Cybercore or what you call it, well, Crossfiber sucks.
Crossfiber?
Yep.
Yeah, that game blows, but I mean, if the game looked like that and didn't play like shit, or even like, Vigilante with cowboys almost, like, people are okay with that on the turbo graphics. They're not like, oh, it's stupid, it looks like crap, because it fits in with the rest of the library. It's not like out of place. It's similar to that stuff. So we might end up doing something like that where we kind of like take creative liberties and change how the game works just to make it fit the damn system. Because if they dump all this really obnoxious crap on us, it's not feasible. What are we supposed to do? So
yeah.
I just haven't heard a lot. Like, I know they're working on it because you can see the updates, but I haven't heard. I mean, it sounds kind of douchey, but I haven't heard them say anything about like us getting paid. Because, like, from my perspective, I'm assuming they've got the license secured by now. If they're working on it, that's what the money for the Kickstarter was for. But if they've like kind of screwed all the funds and they've given it out for all the other stuff, and we're gonna get like $2,000 to go do this, it's like
that's not even worth it.
Well, yeah, we can do our own thing.
Especially if you
Yeah,
have to rework a bunch of elements. You know,
yeah, it's very possible that the PC Engine one might be the most work because it either has to be from scratch or there's a ton of reworking. And if they're not aware of that, it's like, what the hell? And I think only like 100 and something people backed the PC Engine version. And then the dickhead people, the Watermelon Factory, were like, oh, and they got in on it. Like, I think they pushed the funding over the goal because they're helping publish it now, and that's not good because it's Watermelon Factory.
yeah,
I don't
and
trust
they're not
them.
going to particularly care about the PC Engine version. I
Right.
would think.
They're all like raging boners for the Dreamcast, so
Right.
it seems like
So
that's where the focus is, and I'm like, that's not good.
if they propose you a certain amount, and you think that certain amount isn't worth the amount of time that's going to go into it now, because you two have to essentially rework the whole game, you know, that might be might be conflict for you guys and their team.
Yeah, and the thing is, we've never actually signed any formal agreement saying, yeah, we're going to do that. It was just like, I said, yeah, we'll do that if we get paid. That was what I told them. And, originally, like, he wanted to say, he said he wanted to make a PC Engine version, but during the Kickstarter, it looks kind of goony if it's like, yeah, we're going to do a PC Engine version, and he doesn't say who. So he said we were going to do it, and it kind of made people go, oh, okay, people that actually finished stuff are going to do it. It gave people the confidence to kind of pledge for that version, but
Yeah.
Just using Aetherbyte's name to get the funding through and then not really paying us for the work involved, it's going to be kind of stupid.
Right. And that's been known to happen with
it
some
sucks,
other
but
projects.
like I'm not trying to sound like a dick, but if we're only getting like $2,000 or something stupid, that's not worth the hours it's going to take us to program the game.
Nope.
And be like, oh man, I made 3 cents an hour and sold 150 copies. It's like I could make my own game quicker and probably sell just as many, if not more, and not be obligated to follow all these parameters that have been laid out. So we'll see what happens, but their own game has to come along more first because it's not even.
Yeah, and there hasn't even really been much on that yet either.
No.
Yeah, there's like a character select screen and they have some demos, but I don't know. I can't ever tell what's a demo of actual gameplay or what's just some mock-up they made. Like, that's the part I can never tell. It's like, is this a mock-up or is this the game actually running? I don't know.
Right.
So, they're at least working on it, but we'll have to see. Fingers crossed that we don't get hosed.
I find it funny because I think that the PC Engine version of this game is going to be probably the hardest of all of these ports, I think, to actually get working.
Yeah, and that's the part I think they missed when they allocated. They have a chart that shows how many funds they allocated to what. And when I saw that, I was like, well, shit. It's easy to make this stuff out. Like, I mean, it's the Dreamcast. Oh boy, you're making a 2D platformer on the Dreamcast. Like, you have so much processing power and so much graphical shit to work with.
Right, and there's no real parameters. Those sprites can be whatever size they want. And
right. Then like the DS and stuff, there's so much more power. Like, it's like, oh, the PC Engine, you got your mighty 8-bit CPU, your limited VRAM, and it's all off of a CD. You can't play CD music while loading data, so then what do? There's one background playing, limited sprites, specific sizes, all this other shit, and it's like, I don't think they realize how much work it's going to be.
Right, because I think a lot of the people who are making the graphics too aren't from the same generation that everybody else is as far as when it comes to retro games. If they're making games for the Dreamcast, they don't understand the limitations. And actually, I to some extent didn't understand. If it wasn't for old Rover, he educated me on all that stuff, parameters and color limitations. If the people who are making this stuff don't understand that, it's gonna
suck.
That much more work for you guys.
Yeah, you have to you can do steps of 32 or 36 for the RGB values and shit, but you have to have an index palette. You have to, color 0 is transparent. For your background shit, you have 16 palettes. They all have 15 unique colors, and they all share one single color. There's all these things you have to know. And if you don't do it right, you're screwed. You can get a file that's completely unusable. It's like, yeah, it looks great, but the palette's all jacked up.
Yep.
And then you gotta sit there and rearrange the color palette and shit, and it's like, this is stupid.
And I seriously doubt they're going to do any of that.
No, I don't think so.
Actually, Rover color corrects a lot of my stuff because sometimes I go like 3, 4, 5, sometimes 10 colors over, and he has to fix it. So could you imagine if these people are doing graphics for the Dreamcast, how much fixing you guys are going to have to do if they're not paying attention
The
to...
one dude though, he's like an ocean graphics artist, so I assume he at least knows like limitations. But if he's doing DS graphics or Dreamcast, he's probably like, oh, fuck limitations. This isn't a Commodore 64. I don't care.
Yeah.
Color whatever he wants, but it's like, no. And I'm worried, I guess. But like, what's funny is like, Paul, he grew up on the Amiga. Like that's where he learned to paint, so he knows all this shit already. And like that Inferno game I just showed you, that's only 16 colors, one single palette
For the whole game. That's impressive.
One
Very
16
impressive.
color palette. That's all you get for that screen mode, and it's everything. So, you know.
That's crazy. So, or 15 and 1 transparent?
No, there's no transparent. Well,
Oh, gotcha. So it's all just...
Color 0 can be transparent depending how you glitch it to the screen. Otherwise, it shows up as black or orange or something. Depends on the color you pick. But yeah,
Still, very impressive.
16 colors. That is it. That's why I like the MSX so much. You can look at a lot of games like Fray, and it's like it's fucking 16 colors. You look at what they did with 16 colors, and you're like, damn. And then Micro Cabin. I don't know if you've ever played Fray on the MSX, but Micro Cabin, their FM music blows my mind. I don't know how they do it. It doesn't sound like FM sometimes. It sounds like way fucking better. And I don't know how they do it. It's nuts. Like Fray and Zach on the MSX to me beat the PC Engine ones even though they're like
Really?
Yeah. They sound better and they deliver the story better, but the graphics technically don't look as good. But for what they did with like 16 colors, it's like holy shit. It kicks ass.
Yeah, you get to be real creative when you have a very limited palette.
Yeah.
Right.
You have to think of ways of how to make colors look like colors, like dither and things like that.
Yeah.
That's the charm of like games running on systems like that versus like games that are pretending to look retro on newer consoles or PC.
Which is like
Too many
every
sprites on the
Unity
screen.
game ever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No slowdown, too many sprites on the screen. One other game we didn't go over, Arcan, and I wanted to bring it up because we're probably running low on time since we're already over the normal hour, is Reflectron. Was that a project? Was that a school thing? Or was that just something you threw together and said, I don't want to make a HuCard of this?
That was Paul's idea. He was like, hey, there's this old Spectrum magazine typing game I used to play. Let's make it for the Turbo. And I watched a video of the game. And then I'm like, that's it? Okay. And then I just eyeballed it and remade the game. And he did all the art. We just did it for fun. It took like a month to make that game. We just threw it out there for fun. As like an in-betweener for the stuff we were working on. Just to be like, hey, we're not dead. We're here. It's just a Spectrum typing game that we recreated. That's all it is.
Do you think that'll ever be like an add-on to another game, like put in a hidden Bomberman code and you can play?
I've thought about it. It could be funny. I mean, Insanity's got a Pac-Man demo hidden on it. I don't know if you guys have ever seen that. Yeah. Like that's the original Pac-Man prototype where we were dicking around with the background tiles and the loading and the maps and stuff. But yeah, I've thought about it.
Yep. It's like those BT Garner games. Honestly, the first one he ever did, Implode, was probably the one I played the most, and that one had a whole slew of like arcadey type games on it that you could play around with. The racing game, and I think there was some other little ones on there.
The slime ball was on it. Yeah. Yeah, I have that stuff. It's
Yeah,
funny.
actually, think about it. There was a shooter on Revival Chase as well.
Oh yeah. Yeah. I can't remember the name of it, but yeah.
Is that the one with the Contra sprites? Contra 3 sprites?
Yeah, no, I don't remember now. It's a hidden game. I think that Tuco guy made it, I think.
Yeah.
But yeah, hidden games are fun.
So, I wanted to mention too, or I wanted to ask you. You said that there was a porno that you put on and tried testing with an FMV. Like, if we want to start rumors that you're working on a hentai PC Engine game, I know that Dark City Productions or Electro Haze will be very, very excited.
Oh yeah, he bugs me about that every day. He's like, dude, let's put tits on the Turbo. Let's make a porno like you want to make like a porno what do you call it, John Capone game. He's like, let's just do that. You just win and you see boobs. He's
That's
so
cool.
convinced of it. Yeah, it's really funny.
Boots
For a
sell,
long
so
time, Nodvite was talking about doing Puerto Rico Island Girls, and he wasn't always kidding.
Yeah. Well, I joked about making like a tentacle rape pirate dating sim PCFX game with all like every genre possible as like a dating sim. Yeah.
Well, that is the PCFX's primary library of games when you think about it. So
Yeah. The problem is finding someone who's willing to draw like Pirates of the Caribbean tentacle rape shit with RPG elements and stuff.
Well, Sarumaru, hey.
Yeah.
that's
He's
true. And
like-
the PCFX is the system for hentai, so
Yeah.
Someone was like, "Here, I'll show you what I've already got on this."
I know.
And
Let me just. I got a folder over here. Hold on a sec.
That's awesome. Yeah, so this was good. This was informative. I feel like I didn't hardly have to say 10 words. You guys just went on it for a while. That was really cool.
Well, that's
But that's fortunate for everyone else because
Weren't you
good.
supposed to ask me other shit too that was non-blabbering Aetherbyte related crap?
Yes, Japan stuff.
Oh yeah, that.
Yeah. So you've been to Japan how many times now? Twice?
Twice, yeah.
So how was that? How was the
Um,
experience? I mean, obviously you don't want to sit and like talk for 10 hours about it, but like, what are some of the things that you took away from your trips down there?
I took a lot of things away. They're sitting over here on the shelf. Japan as a whole kicks the shit out of America for a lot of reasons. You know, it's not even like, oh, you just like it because there's video games. It's like, no, like the society as a whole, they pay attention to the dumbest little things that, like, you know, in the subway, like you're like 60 feet underground, they got like noises playing, so it seems like you're outside. They pump air into the street so it doesn't smell like you're sitting behind a school bus, like blowing the exhaust fumes. Have you ever been on a subway in New York? Everything's sticky, it smells horrible. Japan's not like that. It's like one little thing they do. And then people are politer and cleaner for whatever reason. They don't litter. Like, I shit you not, in Akihabara, around the corner from our hotel, there's a garbage can that was full. People that wanted to throw stuff out, they neatly stacked their garbage in front of the can and put the heavy things on top of the light things so they didn't blow away.
Yeah,
You know,
they'll tie it up.
Yeah, in New York, you'll just see shit blowing down the street because no one cares. And it's like just little tiny things. And it was nice to go to public bathrooms that weren't covered in shit. It's a great time. But the entertainment's better. You got maid cafes and shit like that. And they have arcades, you know, those things we used to have that went away.
Yeah, that's where I ran into you. Was in front of an arcade, wasn't it?
Yeah, he
In
felt
front
the
of Taito.
Yeah, it was the Taito one. I was eating a crepe with my friend, and he comes walking up like, hey, and I'm like, what the fuck?
Arms flailing. Ah!
Yeah.
That's insane.
Yeah.
I can't believe that.
Yeah, but it's fun there though, because just the fact that everyone's more polite, especially if they can tell you're trying to like not fuck up their culture and like try to like understand how they go about their day. Because you know you get tourists here that they don't care. It's like, I'm from wherever. Fuck your shit. I'm just gonna make an ass of myself. Like,
Yeah.
They don't appreciate that. Like, there were some very loud Europeans in Japan at the one train station, and they were like yelling and like pushing people to get to where they were going.
Wow.
Like, what are you doing? Stop. You know, if you like try to like let them know that you don't really know what the hell's going on, they're like really helpful. Way more helpful than here. So I had some bad run-ins in like Chicago and New York trying to get help. Like asking like, hey, where do I go for this? Like, fuck off. Like, oh, thanks.
Yeah, right.
Okay, America. Thanks, dude.
America.
Yeah.
America.
But I'm a very fidgety, like organized person. Like with believe it or not. So it was nice there to have a functioning transportation system because I live in Cleveland and we have like a retarded train that doesn't work right and buses that are never on time, and that's it. We were built around cars because like the Ford and Chevy plants are right by my house. So having reliable transportation is awesome, and everything's always neat and tidy everywhere. I appreciated that shit.
Right.
There's all the cool shit you can buy too. I bought tons of records and stuff.
Just a lot of sumimasen.
Yeah, basically. But dude, I bought a shit. Like, I got this bag full of. These are all gashapons. I went like fucking nuts buying tons of these things. And like I'm a retard. I like all the Japanese pop music. So
Did you go to that Gachapon Alley in Akihabara?
Yeah, let's not talk about that. I think I spent like $80 at those stupid machines. I went to the pop group I like. I like the blue girl in the group. You're always supposed to pick your favorite. Well, the Gashapon at their store, you put money and you get a random keychain. And I kept not getting the blue girl, so I just kept putting more money in until I got the blue one. I was like, fuck. I think I tried like 6 times before I got it.
So
I got it.
easy to do.
Huh?
It's so easy to do, and $30 later, you still don't have the one you want.
Yeah, I'm trying to find it. It's in here somewhere. There it is. No, that's not it. I have a ton of them, dude. Tons of them. Got pins and shit. Anyway, oh, here it is. Yeah. $18 to get this stupid keychain phone charm thingy.
What is that?
It's the blue girl from the pop group. Hold on, I didn't even open it yet. Yeah, buddy. Get you some.
Is that like AKB girl stuff?
No, it's Team Sachihoko. I don't like AKB48 anymore. The girl I like graduated, so fuck them.
Graduated.
Like, oh,
that means that homegirl got too old and they kicked her out.
Yeah, they're like, oh, Yuko's graduating. I'm like, wow, fuck this group.
You're 17 now. You're no longer anyone's fantasy. Get out!
Yeah, it's stupid, but yeah, there's tons of cool stuff to buy there. They have, like, lots of things to pander to people like me that are into trinkets and dumb shit. Like, look at this. Look at this Gashapon. It's a cockatoo banana. You can't make this shit up.
That's hilarious.
Like, there's tons of crap like that. It's fun. If you want to be entertained, Tokyo is a great place to go. You will find so much shit there that will blow your mind because it's just so dumb and funny. Worth it, though.
When are you going back?
Probably April.
We might run into each other again.
Yeah, I'm running low on shrimp chips. I got them in Nagoya at the shrimp factory.
What is that?
Shrimp chips.
Oh.
Yeah. I mean, Nagoya is like the shrimp capital of the world. This shit's awesome. They got awesome aquarium there, too. But I bought tons of CDs. Oh, here. You want to talk about being dumb? I'm like next level dumb. I bought like 15 of the same CD because you get tickets to meet the pop singers. So if you keep buying them, you get more tickets. You can keep going through.
No.
You can go through the line more than once. But I kept buying CDs to go through. At first I felt bad. I was like, man, I bought like 15 of the same CD. Then I looked and this one guy, he had a whole crate. He bought like 40 CDs. And he was just handing them to people and then going through the line to meet the singers. Because they give you like 15 seconds and they rush you out of line. So if you keep buying the tickets, you can go back through the line.
That's smart.
Yeah, they're running a racket on idiots like us. Yeah. But, I could show you. I don't know how much I'm rambling. I ramble. I bought a shamisen, too. I don't know if you guys know what that thing is.
Cool. Can you play it?
I don't know, kind of. Like,
it looks cool.
Yeah, I could maybe a different.
They are cool though.
It's disassembled around because it folds into 3 pieces to put into the case. So
cool.
I have to like put it back together, and it'll take like 10-15 minutes just to get it ready to be played. So give me a heads up next time. I'll have it ready. I don't want to waste your guys' time watching me put the thing back together. Dude, they looked at me like I was a retard in Chicago on the security. They ran it through the X-ray thing, and most of it's wooden, but they like fucking flipped out and grabbed the case and put it down. I'm like, what are they doing? I'm like, is there a problem? They're like, yeah. I'm like, dude, it's a banjo, basically. They're like, what? I saw the screen that they saw. It looked like a disassembled gun because of the metal frame that showed up on the X-ray. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, this is not a rifle. This is a banjo. And they opened it, and they're like, oh. And then they just kind of closed it and sent me on my way. But at customs, they're like, what is this? Like, because they're like, what are you bringing into the country? And I'm like, 85 candy bars and a banjo. And they're like, what? I'm like, oh, and a bunch of 30-year-old records. And they're like, just go. And they like push me through customs. They're like, you're an idiot. Go away. But they did not care about me. Because it's like, yeah, I got 30-year-old LPs, candy bars, and a banjo. I'm basically autistic right now.
So, what are some like now? Just not to keep asking more and more questions, but like, say this is our last question. What are some like touristy traps that you try to avoid now that you've been there once or twice?
I don't avoid them. I dive into them head first. Like I went to like 6 maid cafes. Just kept going to them. The thing is, it's not like tourist traps here where it's like, oh, Times Square is retarded. You only go there once to say you were there.
Yep.
The tourist traps in Tokyo and shit are like cool. You want to go to them. Like, they got all these gimmicky things that are really cool to go look at. It's not like stupid. So, there's maid cafes are the big one. Like you get sucked into those, and the next thing you know, you're paying $40 to cast cute spells on an ice cream sundae.
I didn't go to a single one of those. Do a lot of foreigners go to that?
No. There were girls at a lot of them, like Japanese girls, and drunk dudes, and regular dudes, a lady with her kid. There were some foreigners, like, to see what they were, but there was lots of just regular, dorky-looking people at them.
That's cool.
At the one, I bought the CD, and I got the lighter. Just a lighter. I bought all the trinkets that they had. I'm a moron.
I'm not sure what it is.
It's a lighter.
Trying to figure out what's on it.
Oh, it's the maids it's Maid Dreamin', the real popular cafe.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I don't even smoke. I just bought the lighter because it was there.
Because they put a spell on it,
Yeah.
so you had to buy it.
The big tourist trap probably are these fucking the UFO catcher machines. I got this. It's like a $15 figure. I spent $30 trying to get it out of the goddamn machine because it would not fall.
Yeah.
And you reach a certain point where it's like, all right, I am committed to this shit. I've already dumped like $15 in. Gotta get it. And it was bad. They make it look so easy, and then you sit there like an idiot for 20 minutes nudging it, trying to get it to fall. It's terrible.
When you could have gone like down the street and just bought it at like the store.
Yeah. I did win like a Love Live figure and a jacket, and I actually did really well. The Love Live machines were easier. The Idolmaster ones were like pissing me off. I like paid maybe $7 to get a $30 figure, so it's like, yeah,
Nice.
Yeah, but yeah, there's tons of cool shit in Japan though. Like everything's good to go to. You can go there, and if you're bored in Japan, you're probably dumb. Or blind or something. You don't know where you're going. Yeah. Yeah, it's like anywhere you go, you can just get on the train, get off at a random stop, walk out and turn left, and something is there that will entertain you or be interesting to look at.
Very true.
Like,
That is awesome.
Yeah. Totally worth going.
Did either of you guys ever see a Hard Off?
Yeah, I went to a couple.
Yeah, I went to a bunch of them.
That is so cool.
The prices suck now.
That's what I heard. I heard there's like a well, I don't know if there is at every one of them, but there's always like a bin with like some broken pieces in it, and you can sometimes find things that aren't necessarily broken in them.
Yeah. The 100 bin, like 100 yen bins.
Yeah.
In order to get like the really good prices, though, you have to leave Tokyo. You can't like.
Yeah.
You can't be in Tokyo and expect to get good prices. Like I found all the good stuff on the northern side of Japan. Like you have to go to like Sendai, you have to go anywhere in the Tohoku region, and you'll find stuff for cheap.
Nakano's got good cheap stuff too.
Nakano, that's true, and Nakano is pretty close to Tokyo, and a lot of good stuff in Nakano Broadway.
You'll never find cheap shit in Akihabara unless you're really lucky. That's probably the big tourist trap, going to Akihabara for video games. Don't buy them there. You'll pay too much.
Yeah, actually, Arkin was the one who told me about Beep, and Beep actually had good prices.
Yeah, Beep is great.
By the way, it took me like an hour. After you told me where Beep was, it took me like an hour to find it. Like I couldn't find it.
It's behind the Mossburger, but you got to look for the little goofy sign on the stairwell that goes down to the building.
Your description was like, there's this green fucking sign behind this like burger thing, and then you're gonna look for an anime chick. And I was looking around, I was like, there's like anime chicks all over the place here.
You gotta look for her. She's like, yeah, look, go to Beep, you dumb shit.
I did find it though, and it was awesome.
I know where it's at, and I walked right past it twice, but where the fuck is it? I'm like, oh, I'm literally right in front of it. I'm a moron. That store has great prices, though. It is like the only good store in Akihabara. And speaking of that, you can buy Atlantean there. If you wander in there, pay like 8,100 yen.
Yeah.
Yeah. I gotta send more to that guy. I guess it's
8,100 yen.
Are those the PC Engine versions then?
Yeah. He got
Nice.
the first batch of white ones. I let him pick the color. What color boards do you want? He wanted green and white because his store is green. So
Oh,
it
cool.
kind of matches his store. So he's got those. I gotta get a hold of him to send more though. But that store's really awesome too because there's tons of MSX stuff in there. Like old, he fixes computers and he was modding a Game Gear while I was there.
Dude, that's
For
awesome.
for a new screen and stuff. So he does all the hardware mods and stuff. He's got Atlantean running on a JAMA board in an arcade cabinet.
That's cool.
Wow.
I walked in and I'm like, why do I hear Atlantean? And I'm like, oh, it's on the JAMA board right in front of me. This is cool. There's pictures on the Facebook of it.
That is so cool.
That is
Yeah.
cool.
Got blind luck there, ending up with my game in fucking Tokyo.
Well, Dragon Master Dan, do you have any last words for Arkin before we let him disappear into the darkness?
Dorkness.
Well, there's one word that or at least phrase I always seem to use, and
Oh,
always
God.
seems to irritate the shit out of Josh, but that's why you asked, which is
Wow.
Wow.
Is that dinosaurs?
Oh, almost.
It's an
no, the dinosaur
animal.
was like, yeah, it's baby animal.
Oh, okay, yeah.
Yeah, this is Animal from Muppet Babies.
Yeah.
Yay!
Yay! So, okay, you can check out Aetherbyte at aetherbyte.com. You can also check out their Facebook page. Just search for Aetherbyte.
Yeah, like the damn page. We got like 400 likes. I don't know how that happened if we sold more than 400 friggin' games. Like, what the hell's that about?
And of course, saromaro.com as well for all of his sweet ass retro gaming T-shirts and buttons and of news about Henshin Engine and sexy Henshin Engine.
So sexy.
And
How's
then
that coming along, by the way? I kind of talked too much. You didn't get to talk about it.
Pretty good. We're doing we're trying to keep about a stage a month.
Okay.
So not too bad.
February, right?
More like March.
March. Oh man. See, the next time we're gonna talk, you're gonna say April.
Maybe April.
Oh man. Yes, and of course, for all of our Game Hugger crap that you guys can check out, you can always check us out on Facebook. If you're listening to us on Podomatic.com, you can also check us out on TuneIn. Just do a search for Game Huggers. And then for Dragon Master Diney, which of course is pornhub.com/Dragon Master Dan. You can find him as well. And for us, check us out on Twitter at _Joshua Turbo. Don't forget the underscore, as it is the most important underscore in all of the internet. Thanks, guys. Bye-bye. Bye. Bye. What is that sound?